Hey YouTube world. I'm making this introduction video to introduce myself and let you guys know a little bit what to expect from my page. I call myself Plant-Based Girly, and this page is going to be basically about my journey with like health and wellness. Very big on health and wealth. Health is wealth, but I'm very big on like health and wellness. So super into like my diet and working out, and not just that, but all around health. Like I do a lot of chemical free lotions and baths, and just always trying to do anything I can to, I guess, limit my chemical exposure, because we are all exposed to chemicals all the time, and we don't even notice. But I digress, getting a little bit off subject. But yeah, hey, name Marilyn. I call myself plant-based girly because I am predominantly plant-based, and my journey started about 4 years ago. I saw this documentary called What the Health on Netflix, and it really spoke to me. Like a lot of the people were able to go off of their meds after incorporating the plant based diet. Now, let me go back. From the time that I was young, I always struggled with asthma. And as I got older, it got worse and worse. So I had gotten to the point to where I had like two inhalers. One was a rescue inhaler and the other one was a maintenance inhaler. And I used to have to take that maintenance inhaler 3 times a day, every day, just so I could breathe. And it was really debilitating. Like I can remember just going up the steps and being winded. You know what I mean? Um, and it just got, like I said, progressively worse with age. Another thing, like I was super overweight and unhealthy. I can remember my fiance at the time and I deciding to go outside and play kickball with the kids. And I kicked the ball and ran to first base. And I was so exhausted, y'all. That took so much out of me. I quit. I quit the game right then and there. I was done. Like I was seriously out of shape. But my fiance at the time, now he was good. He played 3 games with him and he was still going. Had so much energy, and we were the same age. So that was a testimony to me that I needed to do better. So, but yeah, with that being said, I saw the documentary on What the Health, and they was talking about, how dairy increased mucus in the body. And if anybody knows anything about asthma, it's really like a lot of inflammation and mucus in your lungs. And so there were a few people that, gave their testimony of how their asthma pretty much went away when they went off of dairy and meat. So I thought to myself, what could it hurt? Like, just give it a try. You can go off of meat and dairy for a couple of weeks, and I mean, worst case scenario, you go back. But if you do this and it actually improves your asthma, then that's you won. You know what I mean? So what is it hurting? Just give it a try. And so I did. And amazingly enough, I felt so much better and my breathing did improve. So I didn't go off my meds immediately. I think I waited maybe like 2 months, and then I kind of slowly just started taking my maintenance inhaler every other day. And then I started every 3 days, and then went every 4 days, and every 5 days, and once a week. And after a while, I could go months without using it. And then further down the line, it just got to the point where I ain't used it in like 6 months. So that was a huge testimony to me. So I was like, oh yeah, this works. Like I don't know how everybody else feel and their opinions, because I know this online. It's a lot of strong opinions against vegan diets and plant-based diet. But honey, let me tell you, for me personally, this lifestyle works. Another thing I can say, that I had high blood pressure, and oof, my doctor prescribed me high blood pressure medicine, but I'm a person, I hate medicine. I hate taking meds, and I never took them. Never would take them. So I have a friend, rest her soul. She also struggled with high blood pressure, and she was like me. She never wanted to take her medicine. Like, to me, that's the death sentence. To have to be dependent on medicine for the rest of my life, I don't want to do it. And she was the same way. But unfortunately, she ended up passing away. Um, and they said it was due to her heart. She had a heart attack. But, like, me knowing her like I know her, she never really had heart problems. So I'm guessing that she let her blood pressure get too high, which she would do sometimes. And, she'd end up going to the doctor and they're like, oh my God, your blood pressure is super high. And they would give her medicine, to bring it back down. But I just think that particular time, I feel like that's what took her out. So beautiful spirit, beautiful soul. I miss her every day. Rest in peace, Tina Anderson. But with that being said, that kind of was a wake up call to me. And I had to make a decision like, look, you either going to take this medicine for the rest of your life, or you're going to make some dietary changes to make sure you don't need the medicine to live the rest of your life. So, what happened when I went plant based? Like I said, I did it for, or I went vegan, not plant based. I did it for the asthma, but lo and behold, my high blood pressure went away. That I wasn't expecting. Like, that was a big time bonus. And also, I was pre diabetic. That went away too. So, I personally have noticed a lot of health benefits just off of my lifestyle and the way I'm eating. And so I don't know how anybody else feel, but I ain't going back. I can't say I've been like a off and on vegan for like 4 years. So I will fall off and eat meat and dairy for a while, but then I'll get back on it. So I'm back on it now, but I can honestly say that I don't think I'm going back to meat anymore. Because even the times that I do cheat and eat meat or dairy, it's not really like this big whoop. It's not this big thing that I just have to have. You know what I mean? I think ultimately it's just food addictions. We grew up and we're accustomed to eating what we eat, especially in the black community. Like, we were raised off of collars with smoked neck bones in it. You know what I mean? That's what we know. That's nostalgic. But it's problematic, and black people also suffer with diabetes, high blood pressure, and things like that. So I think some reprogramming, some rewiring. You have to change your relationship with food, but I ain't gonna preach too much about it. It's just the introduction video. So back on the subject, this is what works for me. That's why I call myself plant-based girly. Again, I've been doing it 4 years off and on, and I'm still learning a lot. So this is pretty much like just my journey and more that I'm learning along the way and different things that I'm incorporating. I'll give you one example. Like, when I first started this journey, I was vegan and I ate mostly a lot of impossible meats, and it was more so of I'm eating the exact same foods, but I'm substituting the meat with a meat substitute, like I said, the impossible meat, the beyond meats. I ate a lot of the vegan dinners and stuff like that. A lot of Oreo cookies, those are vegan. You know what I mean? But now I'm probably more plant based than anything. Pretty much plant based, honestly. I'm not vegan at all. And I'm going to tell y'all the difference. So, the difference between plant based and vegan, both don't eat meat or dairy, but a vegan will eat processed food, processed meats. You know what I mean? Basically, as long as it ain't got meat and dairy in it, it's vegan. But plant based is more so what it says, plant based, not processed anything. That processed vegan meat is a no. I can't even eat it anymore. I've been off it for so long. I tried to eat it not too long ago and I literally got nauseous. So now that I've rid that toxic stuff from my body, I can't even handle it anymore. And a lot of vegan stuff is unhealthy, just being real. I'm not knocking no vegan, but a lot of that stuff is high in sodium, high in sugars, it's not too much better than eating meat, pretty much. So what I do now is more so I lean more so towards raw foods. I try not to even do canned food. It has to be plant-based if I'm gonna eat it. So I do a lot of cooking every day to sustain this lifestyle, and a lot of times it's salads, it's wraps and things like that. But yeah, another thing that I noticed is I feel a lot better. I gave you the example of when I was trying to play kickball with the kids. Well, this same time last year I was running 4 miles. So yeah, way healthier. I can outrun them kids now. Like they can't keep up with me, baby. So, see a lot of benefits with this lifestyle. And I hope you guys come along with me on my journey. I will be sharing like tips and, what I learn as I learn it. And if you have any tips or anything to share with me, especially some good plant based recipes, please leave it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and come along with me. And that's pretty much it. I hope everybody enjoy the rest of their day. And y'all be blessed.